It's music country, and it's live, y'all. Broadcasting live from Rick House Brewing, located in the historic Crazy Water Hotel. Live and local, it's Texas Unplugged with Real Texas Radio. Now here's your hosts, Rhonda and Taylor.
Sticks to your boots and sticks to your truck. Gets in your soul and gets in your blood. The one thing you can't wash out.
Welcome back to Texas Unplugged here at Rick House Brewery in Mineral Wells. My name is Taylor Bonham.
I'm Rhonda Lynn.
It's glad to have y'all back. Thank y'all for listening today.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. And today we have two incredible artists with us. We've got Dantry. Good to see you again, brother.
Woo, good to be here.
And Derek Bailey.
Woo.
Good to meet you, brother. Looking forward to hearing both of your music and learning a little bit
That's
about
right.
you.
It's going to be a great show.
Absolutely. And so who decided to go first? Did y'all decide that yet?
I don't know if we talked
Somebody
about
got to go first.
Go ahead.
now.
You go first.
I go first?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm ready to hear your stuff live.
Derek's going first. All right. So, again, with what we try to do is start out with music. And so we talk about it afterwards, but go ahead and just play us what you got, brother.
All right. Whatever happened to the days when times were easy, the way it used to be? Baby, lately I know life is stacking on us. Against the odds, we're still a team. With bills and kids and jobs and a house that's falling down, never look me in the eyes anymore. What I need for you to know from me right now is I love you more than I ever have before. When the winds are changing shift and the leaves are bound to fall, well, you will always be my only, and I will love you through it all. I will love you through it all. Well, I've seen some dark and gruesome things along the way. Some stories better left unsaid. Makes it hard for me to be a better man for you. Thoughts and visions, Lord, are in my head. You gave me hope and love and a house worth coming home to. You helped me learn to reconcile. Your grace and beauty are beyond their understanding. You make everything worthwhile. And when the winds are changing shift and the leaves are bound to fall, you'll always be my only, and I will love you through it all. And I will love you through it all. Nobody knows just what tomorrow holds, or what's around the bend. And life for us could possibly get harder. It's time for us to make a stand. And now the winds are changing shift. These leaves begin to fall. But you will always be my only, and I will love you through it all. And I will love you through it all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
enormous. Hi, Vicky. I got distracted there for a second.
Becky and John.
But anyway, so his vocabulary. John Prine and so on. And so yeah, and that's one thing about John Prine as well, is they were very well versed.
So you're
they
telling
read
me
a lot.
Jason Isbell's like that.
Jason
He's like reading a
Isbell.
book. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy cow, yeah. And so you can feel it. You can hear it in the imagery that they have in their songs.
So you're
And
saying if we want to write better songs, we should read more?
we should read more. And I'm
Oh,
the worst.
man.
If I'm not getting something out of it, I don't want anything to do with it.
I read until I find the information that I was looking
Exactly,
for.
and
And
then
I
I'm
stop
out.
reading.
Yeah,
I think a lot of that's a military
Instruction
thing.
manuals, I read half.
Instruction manuals, right?
Yeah.
I think-
Field manuals.
I think a lot of military, the
Yeah.
AFIs or the TMs or the OIs.
Maybe we should actually read the rest of it to increase our vocabulary as
Who knows? Anyway,
through veterans need to.
anyway, just a thought.
That's awesome, man.
Like I've never done it. I wanna go sit, and just see people's honest reactions when I'm not planted somewhere. And
Right.
I had a great night, and then I went back to my truck, and it had been broken into, and my PA system got stolen.
Oh.
And so I was down in the dumps. I was kind of beat down, and a couple of weeks later, my buddy calls and he says, "Hey, I got a song that I've started, and I don't really know where to go. You want to come over here and work on it with me?" And I was like, "Man." But it's called Bounty Man Blues, and you could stream it with several of my other songs
Okay.
anywhere, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and
Okay.
YouTube for free. So
Awesome.
you don't have to pay for it. I don't care if you pay for my music. Or not.
You don't have to pay for it. Very good.
It's 44. $100,000 dead or alive. Gotta steady myself, 'cause tonight I'm taking his life. I ain't got no wife, ain't got no kids at home. And the preacher man said, "No, I just don't walk alone." The lawman said, "Sing these Bounty Man blues." Don't you shed a tear for the mess I'm in. He's a wanted man, I got blood on my hands. We don't know how to take life. When the good Lord comes to call, don't make trigger and sing these back blues. At a truck stop on southbound 70. Way in the parking This is the last thing I do. Doing it tonight. Big man's got my money. I'm gonna make it right. See the hell with me. Wasn't hard to choose. I was gonna pull that trigger. It was the last damn thing I do. Thank you. My kids heard that song, and they were. We have BaileyandtheBadHabits.com. We are on Amazon Music, Spotify. Their title. I'm old, so I'm not really in touch, but we're on everything.
I got you.
Pretty much.
Hey, no, it's all right. Yeah, Bailey and the Bad Habits.
Bailey and the
Yeah.
Bad Habits.
That
Yeah.
rings, man.
I
That's
like that.
That's like
BBH.
Daintree.
BBH.
You know, it's just,
BBH.
Well, we put BFH, and it stands for Bad Habits. You
Bad
have
habits.
to put the rest in there for yourself. But yeah,
so you live in Waxahachie.
and I'm looking at music notes, and I'm seeing 5 bars and 6 strings, and I'm like, I really can't. I don't understand how any of this works. You know, and I kind of lost patience with it pretty quick. Fast forward, I'm like 15, and a guy at my church started giving out drum lessons.
Right.
And so I started taking drum lessons, and I was becoming a drummer, and my best friend bought the drum kit from the guy. And so then I had to pick something else because we were going to start a band, and you can't have 2 drummers, you know. So I kind of got.
One thing most people don't know about the military is we get off usually an hour and a half for lunch. All right, it's usually from 11:30 to 1300, and so during that time frame, sorry, 11:30 to 1 o'clock for most civilians, and that's the time we would play. We never play afterwards. I mean, afterwards we all would party, but man, during lunchtime, you know, we're all in the barracks. You know, give us a chance to sit around. You know, if you brought it.
So I got out of the Corps, and I really wasn't super into the. I'm like, I don't know any songs.
Instant memory loss.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Oh, we're
That's
thankful.
why I got a cheat sheet.
Yeah.
Hey, that's smart.
That's smart, man. We're thankful you picked it up, brother. Thankful you picked it up, man. Because
For
again, a lot of
sure.
us, you know, you come out of the military, a lot of people want to forget about it and go on with their lives, and it's great. But there's so many things that we pick up along the way that can be useful. And you know, for me, it was playing. I didn't play with anybody else until I joined.
To another place, and
Yep.
there's so many other things that we do to make that happen, you know, that are so unhealthy, and music,
So
and
destructive.
music is just
Yeah.
that one thing that, like,
Yeah.
even when, you know, I was drinking too much and had to stop for a while, I always had the guitar, you know.
Right.
It's like, so I learned how to. It's helped me learn how to turn that switch off.
Absolutely.
Thank God for it.
Thank
Yeah.
you, man. Thank you.
Nice song, even though it was about killing. But
I wasn't
it's
going
still,
there.
It's still a pretty
You know,
cool
I'm
song.
saying-
though.
I'm trying
You
to
gotta sell it,
explain
you
to her
know,
daughter that you wrote.
I'm gonna play an oldie but a goodie of mine, "Crazy Town," which is on the Flashback Live, 5 Big Street, working at the market in town. Got the truck gassed up in a 30 on ice. Here out with the boys on a Friday night. Just that song, feet on the floor. Yeah, you know in Crazy Town. She's a little wilder in her veins, wild in her smile. She's a cloud crazy town. Yeah, it's bumping. Yeah, that's to the Tommy. Out on that dance floor. The moon outside, shining real bright. Out on these old Texas back roads. Crazy town. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. Woo!
Yeah, man. Crazy. Where
Yeah.
Rick House Brewery, where
That's
craft
right.
gets.
Crazy.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely, man. You got to sell that song here, man. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure it's on all the jukeboxes.
I
out
was
here.
about to say I've got CDs for sale down at the market. So
Oh,
Oh,
there
you
you
do?
go.
Yeah.
Do you really?
yeah,
What
Oh,
is
very
it?
cool.
760 the market 760
067.
67. Yeah.
Yeah, 076
Very cool. So
Very
there's
cool.
there's all kinds of things to find in over here in Mineral Wells. Get where you need
which
to be.
is way harder than people would think it is. Oh,
It
yeah,
is.
just take off 2 weeks. I'm like, you understand? I like book out like 7 months in advance.
Yes, exactly. That's what we had to do. Because like I had hand surgery again in November, and so it was like we had to do all the planning around it. So I could say, okay, well I can do it this week, or this week, and then we can hire a guitar player to come in to play for us this week, and then we can take January, February off.
Yeah,
Exactly.
unlike
we
a
had to plan
regular
that
job,
a
you
year
can't just
ago.
call in sick
Yep.
because there's no one to replace you.
Yeah.
So, and if they do replace you, they're
You don't in the butt.
Yeah, it's hard.
Because
I
you're
can only
like,
imagine.
you're like, well, it's still my music, and I'm still Alex Butler, but I'm actually Dantry now, so I need all my stuff on Alex Butler switched over, and Apple Music and iTunes. Or, yeah, it's not a fun time, but yeah, slowly but surely converting everything over. That's really my last hurdle of everything.
Yeah.
So.
That's okay though, and it's DANTRI for those that are listening.
Yep.
So not EE, but I.
And if
family then. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So what made you pick up the guitar? And
I don't really know, to be quite honest with you. Like, I always loved music. I was like, had plastic guitars growing up, like running around the house with like the old school little microphone recorders and recording over songs and stuff. Yeah, that was a fun time. But my dad learned how to play guitar, and then it was just one of those things. I was bored in high school. I was like, hey, I'll pick up and just went up like, oh, I could make a living just playing in bars. You don't think of that. You're like,
No.
man, I just gotta make it real big. That's the only way I can make a living out of this. So I'm like a semester away from graduating college. I'm like, nope, not doing it. Play music instead. So the rest is history.
Oh wow. Well, we're glad that you did though.
Oh, yeah.
We're enjoying
Amen.
your music. So
Thank you.
sorry about that.
Oh, it's fine. I was terrible in college.
Everybody else feels. Yeah, exactly. We say that all the time. If it's not fun, why do this?
Yeah.
Why put us through, standing out there for 3 hours in 115-degree heat,
Or 35.
or 35, right? And again, we're not doing that because we're making all this money. We're doing it because we love it, and a lot of people
Money's
don't realize that from the outside in. They see this beautiful gift that God has given us, and oh my gosh, these guys must be successful, and we are successful. Right.
And we lost our drummer and we lost our bass player just because they had different directions. We were hitting
Right.
it really, really hard,
Right.
and it wasn't fun to them anymore. They enjoyed the
Right.
band, but they didn't enjoy being on the road
Right.
and all those things. And we found Andrew, and he filled in for us. Came to Waxahachie all the way from Aubrey, and then it was just such a good fit that he's stuck around, and he's always pushing for us to do more stuff. Yeah.
And but
is
you
weird.
could see the difference in the love and music, and not just love. He had posters of Texas music specifically.
Yeah.
And
Blackberry Smoke.
and Blackberry, yeah, Blackberry
love-
Smoke. A
that's
lot
our-
of Blackberry
that's our-
Smoke,
that's where we
man.
live.
Yeah, a lot of Blackberry
yeah,
Smoke, man.
jam.
Blackberry Smoke.
Blackberry
Smoke.
Smoke.
But the evolution of music, that's another thing that you don't realize when you get in this business is you may have to rebuild a band. We've done that, right? And
I've done
for
it
different
17 times.
every time we get a new band player, man, I learn something new from them.
Mhm.
You know, because they're the guys that really know how to do this stuff. You know, I just know how to. You know, I can sing sometimes and play a few chords, but those guys really know how to play. You know,
Oh yeah.
and
What
it
were you
played
gonna
with
say?
everybody and their dog.
Yeah, Danger's gonna.
I was about to say I have formed it into I have different bands for different parts of the United States that I have now, just because it was so hard having a I'll play with them like one weekend and I'll play here another weekend, then out there another weekend. So it's that constant thing to where they're not getting burned out. I'm
Right.
not getting burned out at the same time, having to be like, all right, guys, is everybody ready to be picked up at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning? Oh, man, I'm sick. Oh, I can't do it.
Joe's running late again.
Yeah.
How long?
All right.
Oh, you got to say 2:30, man.
I was about to say, well, I had changed band lineups so many times just because I would hit. Sometimes
You know,
it's
That's
like,
smart, though, the
It's
way you're
smart,
doing
and you're
it.
not the first artist we've had on the show that has that. You know, bands in different parts of the area, but it gives you, for me, it gives a lot of credit to those bands who are able to stick together for
Oh,
20
yeah.
some odd years
yeah.
and put up with each other on the road and
Yep.
everything else that goes in life. My gosh! And
Oh yeah.
now,
That's
whether they're
impressive.
friends or not at the end of it or not, that's a whole different ball of wax.
Yeah,
but they
Jim
can,
Morrison recorded
but
a
they
whole
can
record
still
without
play
talking to
together,
these
right?
guys. And you know,
So you
I
called
think
them
Brett
Bad
was,
Habits?
Brett was the one that was like, well, I had a song called Bad Habits already. And so they were like, dude, is Bailey in the Bad Habits?
Call us a bad habits. I like
think
it.
it's
I love
awesome,
it. That's
though.
awesome.
Which we have
man.
lots of bad habits too.
I can only imagine.
What next? What do you got? What do you have for us next? Would you? He was next, right? Derek's next.
yeah. Derek's next, I believe, right?
So I've been privileged enough to be given a couple of songs by some folks, and
Yeah.
one of them was the previous owner. This slogans that I can remember, and the first one was "Tune it or die." He had cups, T-shirts, hats, like "Tune it or die." Like, and
I
the
love
second
it.
one was he said, when I started the band, he said, "There's only one rule in music, only one rule, and that's that the band will always break up." So
We'll always break up.
So
we've
there's always,
always
just
been
like we're
friends.
talking about, there's always going to be changes. There's always going to be,
So true.
But
so
anyway,
true.
the song's called Strong Weakness, and it's available everywhere.
All right, brother.
I guess it's time to take a chance. It's been so long since romance. And as I sit here at my window, hoping she'll catch Cupid's arrow. It's a strong weakness, to it I must fold. For you, girl, all my feelings hold. It's a strong weakness, for your eyes so blue. Eyes off your smile, such a feeling, Lord, I can't deny the feeling I lost last time love died. It's a strong weakness, oh, for you, girl, all my feelings hold. It's a strong weakness, for your eyes so blue. Weakness for you, strong weakness for you. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's a strong weakness, to it I must fall. Strong weakness for you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Been so long since romance.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
That was good.
Well, you definitely owned it. You definitely owned it. And
You
and-
left it on that too, man.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was cool.
Yeah, we do
man.
that in a couple of songs. I like that.
Yeah, I like
hanging,
leaving it
you
on it
know.
too, man. It just leaves it out for people. It's cool. That was awesome. Arrangement was sweet. I
Oh, for
like
sure.
that.
You can mess me up, dude.
Feel like you done messed up.
But you know
Now it's
that,
stuck in my head though.
you know
right?
that is so cool though that he wrote a song that he trusts you enough to let you sing it. Does that make sense?
Man, Tommy and Andrew both really. My wife's been super supportive, but both of those dudes believe in me probably more than I believe in myself. Tommy was always like that. He would be real brutally honest when it needed to be, but then always supportive. We played together for a while when I did before I had a band. And dude was just he was killer.
That's beautiful. To have you.
Tommy's amazing.
Right.
This is the last full break, brother. So,
Thank you.
so where are you heading next?
Back down to Florida.
No.
It's like,
You've got a band of where you go because it'd be very expensive for a bay travel.
all my original songs, but then you just kind of have to kind of like watch and just kind of like test the waters on songs. Like you might go like 80s country, you might go a little 90s alternative, kind of peppered in. It's more or less you get there early, you talk to a couple people, kind of figure out what the overall like taste in music is.
Right.
Then you kind of pepper that in around your original songs. But I mean, most time when I'm playing, people are just happy to be there, happy to hear live music. So it's not really. I mean, I would say Texas country is big everywhere now.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Oh yeah, like
Love it, man.
I'll play out in Raleigh, North. It's a weird like I'm finally to that place now. I guess I've been just pushing it, and I more or less did it kind of methodical when I would like pepper in my originals. I'd like do Crazy Town in between like two very known songs to where everybody's like, oh, that's a good song. It almost it kind of goes along with the other two. So it's kind of like a gradual thing to where it's
slip
like
it in type thing.
now when I play Crazy Town, they're like people are actually singing it word for word, and I'm like. They sing, I'm like, oh crap, what was that word again? And I'm like, blah blah blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Just be quiet and make
The
sure.
little 90s alternative mumble like who didn't blow his horn. I'm gonna be a hill. It's like it sounds good. It sounds good, and nobody knows. Nobody knows.
That's right. As long as you don't make your facial expressions.
Yep.
That they don't really realize what.
I'm just surprised they don't want beach music, some Jimmy Buffett and stuff
mean,
out there.
They do more now that
Do
he
they?
passed, but. I mean, oh my gosh, it's
Margaritaville.
and they're like, I'm drinking a margarita. I'm like, congratulations. Are you gonna share? Are you gonna share? That's all I'm worried about. Like, are you gonna give me one too?
No, I'm laughing because we get, as artists, we get a whole different view of the place, right? So whatever's happening, we get like this bird's eye view, and we see stuff that in ways that no one else sees, and we get to laugh at ones that see it. We're the only ones that know it. The fight back in the back, where, some guys, hitting on some other girl or whatever, and you get to watch that whole thing from the back, from the stage, man. It's awesome. It's awesome.
But yeah, but it also helps with like songwriting stuff too,
Mhm.
because I'm not, the way I write songs is I have to like experience it.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I do like co-writes when it's like trying to put everything together, but
Right.
also some way, like general picture, I've experienced something.
Right.
So that's why, like, you'll hear Crazy Water, you'll hear Rick House in a couple of my songs. It's
That's
because
awesome.
I've experienced something, and then I make that the overall aspect of, and I try to project how I felt in a specific moment
Right.
with what I was writing about. So
That's
Good.
cool. That's authentic, man. It is a skill to be able to. And I know people that can look at a glass and write a whole song with a three
About the
verses, a
experience the
bridge, right?
glass
About
had.
the experience of the glass, and I can't do that. I'm like you. I have to experience. I have to feel it. It has to be emotional
Oh,
for
yeah.
me,
And-
but again, we were talking about earlier. That's what makes it authentic to
Yep.
you.
and it's almost like a journal to myself, and then
Yeah.
a journal to other people, because like for a 4 year stretch, when I say I played every single weekend,
Mm.
I played every single weekend except for like Christmas, and I would play Thursdays through Sundays, 4-hour
Wow.
gigs, and I would be driving anywhere between 8 to 12 hours
Right.
Wow.
one way.
Yeah.
And then it's like it's just one of those things, you have that much time on the road just like in your thoughts thinking about things. Like I would have my voice recorder on like just straight hours. I'm like, oh, this is a great idea for a song. So I'll just like kind of sing it and get back to it and try to figure out how I want the whole song to
That's
go.
awesome,
So,
man. That's a
Very
great time.
cool.
Great time to reflect, right?
oh yeah.
Yeah. What you
But
got
shoot,
for us?
I haven't even really promoted my album. My album's called Perfect Storm. It's going to be out February 17th. I'm going to have originals and a couple cover songs of songs I grew up on and
Awesome.
or like gave me that like fire /
Yeah.
want to be in music and do this for a living.
Absolutely.
So I think right now we're going to have 13 songs.
Wow.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's a lot.
Well, it's one of those things I kept being in the studio. I'm like, I might as well just put it all out there. I mean, because if I don't, I'm just going to second guess it, and then it'll be
right, you're gonna
it'll be on a
second-guess it.
hard drive somewhere. I'm like, oh, remember that one song? Yeah, it was on a hard drive somewhere. I don't remember where it went. Dang it, I lost it. I've been daydreaming about sleeping under midnight Texas skies, and I'm thinking just maybe me and you head out tonight, 'cause I've been working, no playing for too dang long now, so let's load up and head out. What you think about it now? Wow. Give me a creek bank, some cankles, Rick House brews at her rascal. Give me that good time, sunshine to be my soul. And nothing but tan lines and fibers floating in that water. Just give me that good country music sound. Summertime rolls around. Just picking on my 6 string, rain fall on my front porch swing, puts a light down in my soul. Lord, I'm feeling mighty fine, just thinking about sweet summertime. Her lips on mine. Give me a creek bank, some cankles, Rick House brews at her bicycle. Give me that good time, sunshine to be my soul. And nothing but tan lines and fibers floating in that old water. Just give me that good country music sound. Summertime rolls around. some cane phones, Rick House brews at Tabasco, keeping that good time, sunshine be my soul. Doing my tan lines, vipers, throwing in that water, keeping that good country music sound. Summertime rolls around. Summertime rolls around. Yeah. We'll keep on rolling. Summertime rolls around.
Yeah.
Rick House.
Speaking of Rick House.
Freaking
That's
Rick
right.
House.
We are right here live from Rick House Brewing every Sunday from 4 to 6.
That's right, here in Mineral Wells,
Yes.
Texas. And if you guys have plenty of time to get down here. We'll be down here at 6 o'clock this evening. And you can listen to it. You can watch it on Facebook, but you'll never really
YouTube
experience it.
today.
That's YouTube, that's right. But you'll never really experience it unless you get down here and see it in person.
That is for sure. So,
And,
just real quick, so all of the things that you put in that song mean a lot to a lot of people here in this room. So it was a lot of fun getting to hear that.
Yeah, well, hey, I wrote this song when Rick House was still over in the old building. So, so yeah, that one, Brian was like, man, I would love if there was a song about Rick House. I was like, I've got something. So I was like, summertime and beer go hand in hand, like
That's
Yes.
right.
hot dogs and mustard and steak and beer. I mean, this goes hand in hand. So yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, winter
awesome.
and
There
beer.
you go.
Hey,
Anytime
hey,
beer.
Fallen beer.
well, see, I was thinking if I play Summertime Rolls Around, maybe we could have like some nice warm thoughts.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen.
Especially in
Amen.
this cold weather.
Well, we're going to take a quick break.
Yeah.
We're going to let the artist get some refreshments and take a little break. But we'll be back in about 10-15 minutes here at Real Texas Radio at
That's
Rick
right.
House Brewery, where craft gets,
Crazy.
and Real Texas Radio, where it's not just country music.
It's music country.
We'll see y'all in a little bit.